Hello and welcome to week 9 of my devlog. Tasks for this week were to create props, find art referencing and add the models to the game. My first task for this week was to create a forklift model. So I spent time finding suitable referencing for the forklift, trying to find ones that were old, rusty and ones that would fit in the time period of the game, as well as some game ready made models. This is not something I would normally do, but with this being the first vehicle that I would have made, I just wanted some ideas on how other artists made their models, but the wireframe structure I would make my own. With the referencing, I've also added some colours, and these are the sort of colours I want to use for the model, and a variety of brown colours which will be used for dirt and rust within the texture. Once all the referencing was gathered, it was onto Maya to create the model. Following the size of the FBX blockout, I created the model in sections as I thought this would be an easier way to model, which hopefully you can see from the different materials applied to the model. So like I said, I've done this to make the model easier to create and also to create better UVs, with the idea being I would spread the UV map across 3 maps, allowing me to get a lot more higher detail UVs, which ultimately will improve on the textures for the model. Across the 3 UVs, I tried to make the size the same. This way the UV will be equal in quality across the model and also be high quality because the UV is spread across 3 maps. For the UV map, I would manually unwrap it myself, and once I was happy with the shells, I would apply the layout tool, which allows me to fill up the UV as much as possible. Once this was done, it was into substance to texture the model. So going off the colours I have in my reference, I would apply a number of smart materials to the model and change the sort of values and the colours to them to match what I was looking for, and add in a reflective sort of glass material to the glass parts of the vehicle. Once all the colours were in place that I wanted to use, I wanted to add some wear and tear to the model by adding dirt and rust, and this was used by adding a number of fill layers with different colours and a number of generators attached to those layers, then placed without a black mask so it covers the whole model. My next task for the week was to create a lights generator. So starting off with referencing again, trying to find a mix of in real life images and in-game models, as well as some colour ideas I wanted to use. For the model, I wanted to keep it quite low poly. I feel like this is an asset that can be reused a lot throughout the levels, so keeping them low poly as possible will help with optimization for the game. Again, for the UV, I would manually unwrap it, and once I was happy with the shells, I would use the layout tool to fill up the UV map. For the texturing, I used the same techniques I used for the forklift, but this time I would add emissive textures as well as opacity to give the glass and the sort of light effect I was looking for. Height maps we used were alphas to give detail to it as well. Once both models were textures, they were both added to the game files ready for the build on Thursday. Going into the Easter break, I am concerned about the sheer amount of work that still needs to be done. I'm hoping work does get done throughout the departments over the Easter period to ensure we're able to complete the game in time. Thank you for watching.